Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Pickled Onions. Today we're going to make a lentil tofu. It's pretty instant, and if you're allergic to soy and can't eat soy tofu, this is the perfect alternative. So we're going to turn it into a tofu, these lentils, pink lentils right here. And then we're going to make a delicious tikka masala sauce to go with it. And we're going to serve it up with some absolutely gorgeous parathas. Everyone does naans. This is better. Elevate your Indian meals. So we're going to start with just pouring in 1 cup of lentils, dry lentils. You can use any lentils that you like. These pink ones just have a nice color and they're good protein. So 1 cup, 1 cup. Let it soak for 15 to 20 minutes. All right, we let this sit for 15 minutes. We're gonna put in 2 green peppers, 4 cloves of garlic, 1 little thumb-sized piece of ginger, and we're gonna throw in all of this mixture, water and all, into your blender. Yes, you can eliminate the green pepper if you don't like chilies. All right, we're gonna add in a little bit of salt, 1 teaspoon salt. Pulverize the whole thing completely. All right. Completely pulverized. You're going to turn on the heat on your gas to about a nice medium. We're going to add a little bit of oil, about 2 tablespoons. Let it get hot for a second. Doesn't need to be too hot. You're going to pour this liquid in. And we're going to start stirring. You'll see it clump up. So I'm using an iron pan that just boosts the iron intake in your food naturally. And I've been using iron pans for forever. And I used to be anemic, and it's no longer the case. So whenever possible, if you're not cooking anything acidic, iron pans are awesome. So you can see it's starting to kind of clump. Basically, we're just trying to dry out any excess liquid. Right, when it's completely clumped up, you're just going to turn off the gas. And we're going to spread it out into this pan and let it cool. So go ahead and put it in your plate or whatever tray or whatever you have on hand. So you're going to spread it out quickly, kind of acting fast. It is hot. You're going to let this cool. And then we're going to cut it into pieces. So let's spread it out and we'll let this cool. While I was waiting for this to cool, I peeled my garlic and my onions. I'm going to slice this up into pieces. Whatever size you like. You can put them either in the air fryer or in the oven. And you want to let them dry up and get a little crispy for maybe 15 to 20 minutes on 350 in the oven. And if you're doing the air fryer, then you probably want to do about 10 minutes on 370 or so. All right, so we're going to throw these into the air fryer. 370, about 10 minutes. All right, so while we're waiting for those pieces of lentil tofu to cook in the air fryer or the oven, wherever you pick. We're gonna dice up 2 onions for the tikka masala sauce. You can turn on your heat so that we can get these cooking. Again, about 2 tablespoons oil. While this heats up, we can keep slicing the onions. I am crying. So the oil is hot, and I'm going to throw in 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds and let them sputter around. After they start sputtering, we'll throw in the onions. All right. Yeah, make sure your garlic is peeled. I have 4 cloves of garlic here. You can see the oil is starting to sputter. I have 3 green chilies, but I promise you they have no heat. So you can put these in or omit, your choice. You can see these little guys moving around and sputtering. You can smell them. So go ahead and throw in your onions. We have 1.5 thumbs of ginger this time, a little bit more, because ginger really helps lentils to digest. It can be a little bit drying, lentils, to the body, so this just gives it a little bit of heat and a little more action to warm it up. Throw it all in. I'm going to let this happen on a low medium. All right, you can see these are nice and crispy, and that's what you want. We're going to put these out over here. So these are kind of delicious just as they are. Dip them into, whatever your favorite sauce is and eat them, and they're pretty good. So this is starting to caramelize. And we're going to add our other spices right now. Once you see that the onions are breaking down, then you can add all your other spices. So we added the cumin only because I used it as the seed. If it was a powder, I would not have added the cumin at the time that I did. So now that this is pretty far along, I'm going to add 2 dry red chilies. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon turmeric. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon cayenne. You don't have to add that. You can add paprika instead. I'm going to add one gigantic bay leaf, 1 cinnamon stick. I might tear this bay leaf into 2. It's rather huge. Maybe 4. Let's spread the wealth. And then let's break these down. Throw them in. And you can really start to smell everything coming together beautifully. This is what you want. You want to smell all the spices. It's starting to stick, so I'm going to add a little bit of water. Get up all that goodness. So you can start to smell everything and it just smells gorgeous. We're gonna add in some diced tomatoes, and you can do diced tomatoes. So if I'm doing diced tomatoes, it hasn't been cooked down. I'm gonna add in a good cup. But if you have tomato paste, you wanna add maybe 2 good tablespoons. So kind of heaping tablespoons. We're gonna let this cook down. Okay, this next part is optional. You do not have to do this. I'm gonna take out the bay leaves and the cinnamon stick and the peppers because they just look pretty when you have the full sauce. I'm gonna throw everything else into the blender and I'm gonna pulverize it before adding a little bit of cashew cream. Taste that. I'm gonna pulverize this and I'll be right back. So I'm gonna turn the heat on for this pan. And I'm gonna throw in the pulverized sauce. And you can see just what a difference that makes in appearance, not in taste. Right, I blended up the rest with water, throwing in the water and the rest of the sauce. And then we're gonna throw in some cashew cream and let this simmer. All right, so we're just gonna add the moong tofu right into the sauce, stir it up, and you're gonna let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. And then we'll serve it up. All right, so here we have it. It's been simmering for about 15 minutes, and you can see it's all coming together beautifully. Let's serve this up. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be delicious.